Sometimes it feels like I just cannot catch a break in life. Honestly, all the time because I just feel like since the day we're born, we're just always gonna be in the cycle of doing something or getting somewhere. And it wasn't that bad back like before becoming an adult, but ever since becoming an adult, it's just been like 100 times worse. Like I can't imagine living like this for the rest of my life. Waking up for work, coming back, and then it feels like there's endless tasks every time. And once you've finished those tasks, you've got to wake up for work again. You've got to sleep early, knowing tomorrow, like dreading tomorrow, you need to wake up early, be stuck in traffic again, driving, and then going to somewhere where you feel like you don't belong or you don't really enjoy. It just feels like you don't accomplish anything at the end of the day. And then you need to continue, doing these things in order to survive, and you just don't have the time to get anywhere in life. And that's how I've been feeling so much recently. Like I really just wish I could sleep for like 2 weeks straight. I really could use that because I just feel like I've never been at my full potential since since forever. I've never felt like I've had a sleep where I just wake up feeling fully energized and feeling like I just recovered everything. Like my body feels fully refreshed. But yeah, I've never had that. And it's always so confusing because in like a TV show or cartoon, everyone when they go to bed, they wake up so excited, like, and we've just been sold that lie, like you get 8 hours of sleep, and then you'll wake up feeling good. But even with 8 hours or more, like, which I rarely get anyway, like we rarely get that because of our school or work or just everything going on in our lives. But even if you do, it just doesn't feel that satisfying because when you wake up, you've got to do this, do that, and especially as when you're an adult, like if you don't and you just have maybe a few minutes of procrastination, it just turns into hours suddenly, and then you're behind on everything, and then you got to do this, do that. And I'm just a student who also works a part-time job right now. Like this isn't like a full-time job yet. This isn't when you have kids. Like I can't imagine it when you have kids. Like you want, you're exhausted and you had like a bad day at work, and now you are at home and you just want some peace, but then you need to deal with your kids. Oh, like that's just like it's like a nightmare that never ends. It's literally torture, like being cooked awake when you want to sleep, when you want to just have a nice long, you know, a long, like weeks of rest, but you're just getting poked awake. It's like the Chinese water drop experiment where you want to fall asleep, but you just constantly have that drip, that irritation, that distraction that's keeping you awake. And it's so irritating. You just want to fall asleep. You just want to have that peace and quiet, but you just never get that. And that's why that experiment, like that torture is so famous. Yet it feels like it's doing nothing, but that constant little poke, like on the forehead that we get, that just keeps us from resting. That that really actually fucking is so irritating, and it's probably even worse than some of those like gory tortures. But yeah, it just like I don't even have that much obligations. What I do is I do live away from my parents, but it just feels like when I get home from work, the drive home takes like 30 to 1 hour depending on traffic. Then there's like dishes not done, and then I need to unload the dishes. I need to like clean, and then it's just feels like I don't get any time to actually sit down, because then when I sit down, then I'm thinking, damn, it's just gonna, if I procrastinate now, the next day's gonna come so quickly, and then I'll have to do all that again. Like, yeah, it sucks, man. Like life is actually so tough. We're all, busy. We're all doing something. We're all in this never-ending cycle where I feel like the whole world just needs some weeks where we can all just chill. We can all just stop what we're doing and, relax. Like, because, yeah, ever since we're born, ever since we become an adult, it just never ends. The tasks never end. The goals never stop, like, um, never stop getting reached. Like, you need to constantly be improving. You need to constantly be getting better. And if you don't got like a purpose or some work that's fulfilling, it can really burn you out. Like I really, you know, hate I feel bad for like people who are in a job that they hate because yeah, first of all, like a job already takes out so much of your life energy. Like it takes your soul, honestly. And if it's something you don't enjoy, then you're basically trapped in that cycle where you're going to be, going to somewhere where you don't enjoy, come back and you still can't enjoy your time because there's this mental torture where if you don't do something about it, you're going to continue going there. And I think a lot of people just give up after a while and instead they just chill, try and chill as much as they can when they get home and just deal with it. Just, thug it out for their entire lives until finally at the end when you're like broken physically, mentally, and old, then you can actually finally rest. But even then, yeah, the only true rest is when you die and when you don't exist anymore. That was when we could actually feel rested. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to make this video because life just recently felt such a burden. Like it's it's been really hard to get up. Been really hard to go to work because yeah, it feels like I'm just constantly staring at my driving wheel because time goes so fast and I'm just constantly at my wheel driving to work every day. It feels like I haven't been anywhere, I haven't done anything else. I'm just constantly, suddenly I wake up, I'm already at my wheel driving to work, come back home, and then a lot of stuff happens, do stuff, chores and or studying, and then suddenly I'm back at the wheel again. I'm back at driving to work at to my shift, and it goes so fast, and it goes so fast. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, and I hope you can relate. And if you do, I just say, you know, you got to find something that actually feels fulfilling. And sometimes life will be like this, even when you have things you enjoy to do. But yeah, you just got to keep on moving on because things like this, it's a temporary feeling, honestly, unless you don't actually progress anything in life. But yeah, the only true rest you can get is if you do something you enjoy. But even then, you'll get burnt out sometimes. And right now, I just feel like I'm burnt out in life in general, but it'll pass, it'll pass. But yeah, that's all I want to say today. Thanks for watching.